Hello everybody, I'm in Algeria right now and I have melons, including this one which looks really interesting. How I got these, by the way, is I was in a cab heading back to my hotel and looking out the window I saw these, which I haven't been seeing these around. I haven't seen any other vendors here in Algiers that had this. So when I saw it I was like, that's weird, and I made a note on my phone of like where I was, and then later on I came back just to see what it was, and then as I got closer I realized that this is a melon that I'm not sure if I've reviewed this before, but I have seen them. They're just not common in the US. This is not something you're gonna find typically at a supermarket. I also have a cantaloupe, and this looks like what is it? Charitace melon, which I've had in the past, but what's unique about those is that those are like actually cantaloupes. The cantaloupes that we get at supermarkets are not really cantaloupes, they're something else. This is closer, I think, to what an actual cantaloupe is. These are really, really common. I've been seeing these all over the place here in Algeria. Also, Mirza melons have been everywhere, and canary melons have been everywhere. I decided not to pick those up because I can only eat so much fruit and I don't want to waste it, but also I've reviewed those more recently. These ones, I'm not sure if I reviewed this at all, and this one, it was a long time ago, so let's do it. Sometimes with this channel, I'm just like doing whatever I can to just like get the fruit on camera. This is not ideal. I'm working on my phone because I don't have my camera with me. I'm using a butter knife to cut open a melon because that's all my hotel has. But you know what, guys? We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna get through this no matter what. Gonna get that video, gonna get this fruit on camera. There we go. Check that out. Yeah, the coloring on this melon is just like so neat. So cool. It stopped me, it caught my attention enough where I had to go back to a market that I was flying by. And yes, I am just kind of like hacking into this because I have a butter knife. I'm just kind of like going with the path of least resistance until I have a piece of fruit that I can eat. And that is going to be the piece of fruit. So this is kind of interesting tasting, but it's not especially good. Nothing against Algeria, because like the fruit here has been like really, really top-notch stuff. But it makes me wonder if maybe that is why this is not super common. I only saw one vendor selling it, so it makes me think that this is not an especially popular melon here. Or maybe it's used some way, because it's not. Well, let's see if we can break it down. I don't like it. Don't like it. It's cucumbery, green tasting, a little bit bitter, more vegetal than fruit-like, even though it is clearly a melon. And it has a nice texture. The texture is really juicy, like really good quality melon texture, not flavor. It's not really sweet, maybe like a little bit sweeter than a cucumber. Let's give it like a 2 out of 10. It's not tart. I don't know how to describe that taste. It's like, I guess the best way to describe it is like a cucumber, but maybe a little bit like a sad cucumber, you know? Like cucumbers, I like cucumbers. You know, it'd be okay if this tasted just like a cucumber, but it doesn't have like the fresh crispness of a cucumber. It's a little bit like a stale cucumber. So maybe that's the reason why I wasn't seeing this so much. Maybe this has been around for a while. That could be too. But yeah, not super good. Not super good. Okay, so cantaloupe. You got to make up for your friend there. Let's try this. Cut open. One thing that of note is that this is it's ready. This one isn't like soft or anything on the outside, but because of the quality, I'm guessing, I'm able to cut this open with a butter knife. I don't think I'd be able to do that with a lot of melons, but it is like soft enough to cut open with a butter knife. That's saying something. I think that means that this is going to be pretty juicy in there. Wow, good color. Very, very nice and bright color. Melons, by the way, they ripen, from what I've heard, they ripen on the vine. So if you pick a melon, that's it. Once you pick it, it's done. And a lot of times melons are picked early, and that is why no matter how long you leave them on the counter, no matter how long you let them soften, they still will taste like crap if you get them at a lot of supermarkets, because they pick them early because they last longer on the shelf. What you want is a melon that has been on the vine nice and long, and I have a feeling that this one is going to be more like that because of the past fruit that I've had here has been a little bit more ripe tasting than a lot of fruit you get at supermarkets. But let's see. It looks like the Charitaise melon that I've had in the past. I'm sure I'm saying wrong. I remember it having this kind of like bright orange color to it. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm not even really like a big fan of melons, to be honest, but this just like blew this thing away. This makes up for the mistakes that this one has made in its life. And I mean, it tastes like a cantaloupe, like your typical cantaloupe that you get at a supermarket in the US and through most of the world, but it's stronger. It is like concentrated, strong flavor. I wouldn't say it's necessarily sweeter, but the flavor is stronger. Like the cantaloupe taste, the melon taste is stronger. The sweetness on this particular one, I say it's even a little bit lower than some of the ones I've had in the past. I'd give this like 6 out of 10, a little bit more than an apple. It's sweet, but I've definitely had sweeter cantaloupes in the US. But I've never had a cantaloupe this flavorful. And honestly, I've been eating a lot of fruit today. Like, to make all these videos, I've only really had one day to shoot. So I've been eating so much fruit. This is a relief to have a melon that is not like super, super syrupy sweet. So I think that's about it, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time. I would like to give a big shout out to Smarter Every Day, Loftyrex, and JMac. They are mega patrons over on Patreon.com. Patreon, I'm sure you've heard about it, but basically it is how I can afford to go on all the adventures that I go on this channel and how I buy all the fruit that I buy. So if you are interested in supporting the channel, check out the link in the description below. Another way to help out is by going to my website. My website has all my videos organized into categories, which is pretty cool, and I also have t-shirts for sale over there. So check it out, and I will see you all next time.